Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondi Blue, and I am back for Belle Collective Reunion Part 1, y'all. Okay. So I'm doing this in StreamYard because I do not feel like editing. I just don't. So, y'all, we had Egypt as the host. I just want to comment on the looks first, and then we'll get into what actually went down on Belle Collective. But I thought she looked amazing. I loved her dress and her ponytail. So yeah, I was happy to see her. I thought she did a really good job when she did Love and Marriage Huntsville. This time, however, her storming off the stage, at first it was kind of like, oh, I thought it was gonna be messy, explosive, disrespectful. But the truth of the matter is, Latrice and Marie were doing what people do at reality show reunions. They were arguing, and her getting up to walk off set, and then Carlos having to come out to tell everybody to respect her. I just kind of felt like, so maybe she shouldn't do this reunion. Maybe this is too much. But you know what? We're moving on, okay? I'm sorry, y'all. Yo, Marie in this differentiation between her ass and her leg. I'm sorry. It caught me off guard, y'all. I'm sorry. All right. So looks. My favorite look was Antoinette. A lot of people think Antoinette's dress was too big. I don't. I think she looks amazing. I think the red, I think the wig, I think the lipstick. Yes, her wig had a hump. Often her wigs have a hump, but I feel like it's because she has a lot of hair under the wigs and she just doesn't want to wear her real hair. And sometimes when you have a lot of real hair under your wigs, there's really nothing you can do about the hump. It just happens sometimes. Okay. Because it looks like they braided it, you know what I'm saying? But either way, her wig application was much better, which made me feel like Latrice helped. Everybody's wig application was good. I did not like Letitia's wig because I felt like she always picks these old church lady wigs. Even though it was applied correctly, I just feel like she could have done better. Her dress, I think the color is beautiful. I don't like it because I don't know. It just it's something about it I don't like. It's just, what bothered me when she was sitting down? Her shoulder. She had like this clear strap on her shoulder. Yeah, that bothered me. When she was sitting down, it looked like it was cutting off her circulation. I don't know, but it was giving like, prime dress tease for the church woman on the go, bitch. I don't know, but I wasn't feeling it. Marie, even though the embroidery and everything on Marie's dress was beautiful, like when she was sitting down, I thought she looked very pretty. Her hair, her makeup. I love the finger waves. I know people don't like the finger waves. I do. I think it's a really good look for her. I think it's one of her best looks. I would have preferred finger waves over some wig that was not up to par. But when she's standing, I do not like that dress. When she's sitting, I think the applique on the chest is pretty and all of that. It's a lot. I probably wouldn't have picked it, but I thought on camera it looked beautiful, and it shined and everything, like her hair. But standing up, a mess. I feel like Tambra warmed her makeup up this time, so her lip wasn't as pale, thank God, but she still was giving way too many bundles. And her dress was given a Jasmine Guy Harlem Nights tee, which I feel like was meant to be beautiful, but it swallowed her with all of the feathering, and like she just does too much and she doesn't have to. And I think that she was swallowed up by that dress. So even though fabric is pretty, color is pretty, not sure if I like the way it was put together. Honestly, all of them, for the most part, look like they got some lady that know how to sew real well to do their dresses for them. I'm still not clear exactly on what is happening with Latrice's outfit, but I don't like it. I just don't. I feel like she could have done better. I think she's beautiful, and I think her dress is something about it seemed ill-fitting on the sides, maybe. Is it a dress? What is it? I don't know. It doesn't look right. Moving along, you guys. Okay? It doesn't look right to me. But either way, y'all, let's go ahead and get into my notes for Belle Collective. It wasn't a lot. In all honesty, for the first 10 minutes of the show, I was wondering, was anything going to happen noteworthy? Okay? So this is my notes. Antoinette is still unclear on what an interracial relationship is and how you get biracial children and all of that. So that was the first thing that I kind of cared about as far as topic of discussion. I still don't understand what the hell Antoinette is talking about. But I will say, I think Antoinette found that the prejudices, the biases, the overall racial tensions that surrounds an interracial couple in the South, whether it be from strangers or family and friends, was too much to bear, and bringing children into that environment may not have been the best. I also feel like her husband might have, done a switcheroo on her, which is they understand who you are and all of that shit when y'all are dating and engaged. But when you get married, all of a sudden they want all of these things to change. They want you to be a wife and a mother and at the house waiting on them as if they didn't meet you in dental school, trying to get your own business off the ground just like they were. So I feel like she's not being honest about what the real reason is behind their relationship not working out. She's not. And that is the reason why she can't explain it in a way that we understand. But the truth of the matter is, I think race played a part, and their differences played a part in why they're not together. And she chooses not to speak on that because they're in the same field. And as a Black woman, you are, a fly in a bowl full of milk, probably in their area. And if she were to do something to piss him off, it may not be good for her overall business. So I feel like we may not get the truth out of Antoinette, but something makes me feel like the dynamics of their relationship is why they're not together. And you can blame that on Mississippi. You can blame that on y'all family members and grandmothers that don't want to see you with a white man child. Bullshit, bullshit. You were in college going with that man. You dated him for all of that time. You knew who he was until y'all got married. And then all of a sudden the rules probably changed and you realized that's not what you wanted. Also, I feel like women go through changes once they enter their 30s. You know who you are. You have a little bit more agency and understanding of your own wants and needs. And when that happens, your partner can either aid in the growth and grow themselves, or the relationship is over. And their relationship is over. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that she was held to the carpet about, an interracial couple is two different ethnicities together. There's no such thing, no such thing as race. For real, like we're all human. It's the human race. That's it. Like they made that shit up to make Black people seem like animals, like we weren't the same race as white people, but we are the same race. But y'all know semantics. The truth of the matter is interracial relationships means two different ethnicities. Okay, so white American and Black American, African American are two different ethnicities. You two were together. That's an interracial relationship. We're not going to argue semantics or definitions. That's what it is. Talking about, they considered our relationship interracial. I didn't consider, bitch, I don't want to hear that dumb shit from you. That's stupid. Don't say nothing dumb like that to me. The definition is the definition. And people wanting to change definitions of things to suit their own bullshit, I'm not doing that with y'all when it comes to this, okay? And a biracial child is a child that is made up of what? Two different ethnicities. Okay, that's just what it is. And because African blood is dominant, a lot of the times your biracial child will show up in the world as Black. And because of the system of racism, your child will show up in the world as Black. Period. We didn't make the rules, but also I would like for people to stop talking about the one drop rule when we're talking about someone who is biracial. Literally, biracial means half one, half the other. One drop rule is not biracial. Okay. One drop rule is somebody like Cardi B. Okay. One drop rule, and maybe not even like Cardi B, probably more so like Drake's son. You know what I'm saying? That's a one drop rule, but what I mean is if one parent is African American or Black, and that goes, over the whole world. If you have African as your dominant gene, okay, as a person like myself, I'm a Black parent. If I have a child with a white person, our child is going to be biracial, but they will probably show up in the world as a lighter complected Black person. That is that on that. Any confusion about that is disillusionment. Meaning, I don't know what the fuck was going through Antoinette's mind when she married a man that she wasn't going to want to have kids with. But I definitely feel like she changed how she felt as they were married for longer amounts of time. because you start to pay attention to things that maybe you were glazing over at the beginning. That's all. Marie talks about this vlogger who accused her of fraud. And everybody is pointing, towards the other side of the couch as for where the vlogger got all this information from. Basically, the vlogger got the information from the cast, from Kaylin. Okay? Kaylin or Kaylin, whatever the name is. I don't need to see her next season. But she got information on Marie because she was so upset with Marie. And I do think that Latrice might have shared information with Kaylin because of their equal dislike for Marie. Or maybe Kaylin had the information and called Latrice and told her what she'd found out. Either way, Latrice is trying to separate herself from this situation because she realizes how bad it looks for a white woman to be upset that a black woman checked her for being a Karen and then decided to then go and do a deep dive into her and make her seem as if she's a fraud that's cheating people out of their money. Like that white lady went and dug up dirt on Marie to give to the vlogger. That's what it sounded like to me. Okay. And in that context, I feel like Latrice is trying to back away from it, even though she played a part in it. And I'm going to say this. When you're on a reality show, people are going to dig up dirt on you. But I feel like because it was Kaylin that did it specifically, I feel like it's a little bit more fucked up to me because it comes from a place of, oh, you tried to talk to me any kind of way. I'm a white woman, so I'm going to put you in your place. I'm going to make everybody know you a fraud. Now, that does not change the fact that even if she was black and wanted to put out dirt on Marie for their, altercation, that it would not have had the same tone. But because of what Marie checked Kaylin about, it just adds a nastier tone to it for me. Okay? But either way, Letitia was saying at first, she was going to bat for Latrice, saying that Latrice couldn't have done that. That's my friend. My friend would never do that. But the truth of the matter is that's exactly what your friend did. She played a part in that foolishness. Okay. So yeah. All right. They move on to the hair situation. And we find out that Latrice actually did give Marie more hair. When we listen, I feel like they kind of touched on it at this point, but they didn't really go into it. But we didn't know that Latrice had given Marie new hair, even though Marie did not have a receipt or prove that she had gotten the hair from Latrice. Okay. We're going to come back to that in a moment. Tambra, her fibroids, her frozen embryos, Zaman. That's it. We go back to Bundlegate. Latrice and Marie get into it, and Marie says Latrice needs to go back to school and get her mannerisms right. I think she means she needs to get her manners together, but you don't learn manners in school. Marie just says dumb shit sometimes, and it's like, you know what? Just stick to what you know. Stop trying to make this a class issue. Stop trying to act as if you are better than somebody, because you're not, Marie. You were on this stage acting a fool, gaslighting, antagonizing the shit out of Latrice. And it was annoying as hell. She's jealous. Look at her. Look how upset. Like, girl, please stop. Like, there's no amount of all of that, all of that facetiousness that you got going on that's actually playing through on camera. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, bitch, when it all comes down to Bundlegate, you actively knew beforehand that you were going there to try to embarrass Latrice about that hair. It is questionable if you got the hair from her, if your stylist switched the hair out. Regardless, she came and gave you new hair, and you're still talking about her and having issue with her and putting it on her as if you were not the one that tried to embarrass her at an event around other Black business owners. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Okay, y'all, I'm not going to edit this together, so I have to keep reminding myself that I'm not going to edit this shit. So keep talking. Either way, y'all, when they started going back and forth, Egypt walks off the stage because she couldn't regain control. But I would have just got quiet. To me, the response to them not listening to you, telling them to settle down, was to just sit back and let them argue until they was done. I'd have just been sitting there like this. People usually, respond to quiet. Just saying. They don't respond to more noise. They respond to quiet. So like I said, Carlos had to come out, gather folks. Marie thinks the stylist switched the hair. Marie said that she wasn't trying to attack Latrice over the hair. You're a liar. Yes, you were. Egypt asked, why did she wear the hair if the hair was so bad? And she was like, well, I'm a cosmetologist as well, so I can make hair do what it do for a little while. That does not answer the question. Okay. But mainly people think that Marie switched out the hair. I don't even care at this point. You were given new hair, bitch. Why are we still acting like this is a big deal? Like, you didn't even come up with a receipt and she gave you new hair. To me, I would have needed for you to provide a receipt and the hair. And I can tell you that this is not my hair and you need to go and check your stylist. But if you don't have a receipt, there's nothing we can talk about. Like, this is just, can you walk into somebody's store without a receipt and just throw some hair on the counter like, bitch, I want to return this? No, you cannot. So the fact that she handled it the way she did means she was trying to appease you for the sake of her business and you still trying to trash her. So in essence, even if Latrice did play a part in what Kayline had going on with that vlogger, you were doing the same thing to her, trying to ruin her business before you even really met her. And this whole thing about, oh, they was talking about me when I got there. They was talking about me before I even got there. Bitch, how were they talking about you before you got there? What did they say? And they were talking about you coming in looking like Lil Bo Peep, you know, that episode of Living Single when Khadijah was Mary Had a Little Lamb. Bitch, at the end of the day, you came there looking a fool. And I also feel like you did that to troll. Like, you know you're on a reality show. So what do? You're going to come on a reality show looking like this so that it can get buzz, right? It's entertaining. People are going to laugh, whatever. But it's something outrageous to do on a reality show because Marie wanted this reality show so much. I also feel like that's the reason why she chose that brunch to go at Latrice, because you were trying to make sure that this reality show was popping off. But you forget that when you are doing a reality show, it has to be steeped in real reality. And you were trying to create that, and it was bullshit. And we could see it on TV, just like we can see it at this reunion show. Kayline joins and says that she understands, you know, that she was in a minority and she was uncomfortable with that for the first time. And Egypt and everybody was like, well, now you know how Black people feel. Boo-hoo, bitch. Like, at the end of the day, you being a minority in one room your whole damn life. Like, anyway, I don't like Kayline and her white fragility, and I don't care that she's friends with Latrice and Antoinette. I don't like her. She is a Karen. Don't bring her back, okay? Then when she said that the ladies didn't cater to her, when they in fact did cater to her, when they ran out of their conversation to see how she felt, that was definitely them catering to you, Kayline, okay? But then we get into how she knows things about Marie's past that she doesn't want to say on TV. And Marie says that she told the blogger the info on me, you know, that she got from Latrice. Child, I've already commented on that. And I'm just going to say, I can't wait for next week to see if we're actually going to get into what happened, because I don't want to hear about, oh, I know this, but I'm not going to say what it is. Bitch, if you can send an email to a blogger to put it out on social media and on the internet, then you can get up here on this reunion show and say what it is. That annoyed me about Letitia. You know, oh, I don't want to say, and I felt like that, but this. Say what it is. Say what it is. This is the reunion show. This is the time to say exactly what it is and stop with all of, you know, the bullshit where we don't know what the hell y'all talking about. It's some shit going on behind the scenes that y'all don't want us to know. If you don't want us to know something, do not reference it and do not mention it. But don't come on a reunion show and talk about information you know about and don't give the information. That shit is aggravating to me. Okay? So ultimately, I'm just kind of looking at this reunion like, they could have made this one part. They really could have. But I guess we should wait until next week to really make that assessment, because the husbands come on next week. But the bundle gate is stupid. Kayline is a Karen and she's exhausting. Marie is trying to gaslight and antagonize Latrice, when at the end of the day, bitch, we still see you. Like, you're not hiding. It's not any finagling. You're still being an asshole on camera at the reunion right now with the way you keep talking to Latrice. And Latrice argues just like Scotty. And I thought it was hilarious. Ma'am, sir, love, you know, she was doing all that. I was just kind of like, at the end of the day, you know, it's messy. It's all messy. But their season didn't have a lot of meat to it. So a two-parter seemed like a lot. But like I said, I guess we'll find out next week what else they have to give, because they didn't give that much this time around. There wasn't really much talked about as far as I'm concerned. One thing I do want to mention is Letitia saying that people have reached out to her and, you know, supported her with the Ferris Street situation. I don't know what that means. But I would like for there to be something actually done with Ferris Street, or in that realm, if we're going to come back next season. We need to see something being completed, some papers being signed, something being done. I don't want to hear about how people have reached out to you and how people have been so supportive, so we can come back season 2 and you still not accomplish anything. See what I'm saying? Something needs to be accomplished in season 2 as far as Letitia and her whole little Ferris Street situation goes. Okay? And like I said, I don't want to see Kayline again, but I'm good. I'm good. That's it. That's all. You guys, my shirt, okay, y'all, my photography. I've been putting them on t-shirts and stuff like that. It's the sun setting. Well, it's the sun setting, whatever y'all see. But you can purchase these shirts on my Teespring, along with all my other content and stuff that I put on there. So y'all check that out. I appreciate you guys. I love y'all, and I will see y'all in the next one. Mwah!